Hi, I'm Ember Mack. I am a certified emotion code and body code practitioner and a certified group led healing facilitator. And so in step two, we really get into what that group led healing facilitator certification means in practical application, because this is what gave me the knowledge of how to hold healing containers for my clients that not only are expansive enough to encompass multiple people in a healing field at the same time, but to also create containers that through the quantum field can be tapped into, whether I'm live in a class or if somebody's live with me in a class, or whether they're catching the replay of a healing event that I've hosted. And that's really integral, as well as being a foundation of the healing success that you can achieve in this course and community. So in step one, we laid the foundation. You identified where you currently stand in your emotional intelligence and began to start using practical tools to support emotional regulation, clarity, and healing. And what a lot of people discover at this stage is that most emotional patterns aren't rooted in weakness or personality flaws like we've been afraid of deep down, right? They're actually the result of pain. So, what do you do now that you've begun to realize that, like, on this deeper level, you're really coming to the awareness that these emotional patterns that you've been replaying over and over again were formed as a response to wounds that you've been carrying, whether it was consciously or unconsciously? That's where I welcome you to step two of Reignite, Reinvent, Rise, Unravel, and Rewire. This is where we stop just managing our surface level reactions and begin healing the deeper emotional and energetic imprints underneath them. We begin to trace those patterns back to their source. So it could be a mother wound, maybe one that taught you that love had to be earned or that your needs were too much, or a father wound, one that made your nervous system just contract around feelings of unworthiness, neglect, or emotional absence. It could be an early betrayal or a later one that trained you to expect abandonment, rejection, or punishment anytime you showed your true self. And I'm here to tell you that those wounds don't just live in your memory. It's not just a matter of like getting over it. Obviously, they live in your nervous system, in your energetic field. And they also live in the subconscious beliefs that shape every part of your lived experience, not just how you act, but also how you perceive the situations that you encounter. Okay. And so this is the phase where we begin to clear them for real. We're not just naming them. We're not just becoming aware of them. We're not just talking around like this is what happened to me and whatever. Like there is space for all of that. But what we're doing in this step is we are applying deep, intensive energy healing to help your body, mind, and spirit release those traumas, and in some cases transmute those energies. And what that does is that repairs the distortions that were created in how you see yourself and your world. And so this is very active spiritual work that hits home on the physical, like down to the cellular level. Okay. And so here's what it looks like. It looks like identifying core wounds. When we are identifying core wounds, we're naming the specific emotional injuries that are driving your most persistent triggers. And we bring them into conscious light. We bring to conscious light the beliefs that grew from them, right? Beliefs like, I'm too much. I have to do everything alone. If I let go, everything falls apart. Okay. We also look at things like inner child repair and reconnection. You will get to meet the younger parts of yourself within you that still feel stuck in survival. And together, we're going to start restoring that connection, that voice, and nurturing the parts that needed nurturing but never received it. We also do energetic clearing and regulation. through intuitive energy healing, and I'm multiple modality certified, right? We release stored trauma, unprocessed grief, and outdated survival codes. And like I said, we're not just going to do releases, we're going to transmute where necessary. We're going to alchemize that lead into gold. And then we also repattern the system. Okay. Once those old energetic and emotional imprints are cleared, we begin the process of installing new codes, new patterns that support your clarity, a deep, deep knowing and connectivity to your self worth and to your emotional freedom. And we do all of this very gently, but powerfully, without bypassing or re traumatizing. Because this healing isn't just about performance, it's about your integration. And so, again, this step is not just about managing your pain, it's about actually healing it. In step two, we unravel and rewire. We do that by honoring your past. We uncover those hidden wounds that have shaped your emotional patterns. And we actively begin healing them through deep, intensive energy work. We're not building the vision for your future just yet. That's coming in step three. Here in step two, we stay fully present with what's been left unhealed. We unwind it, we clear it, and we rewrite that internal code that's been running your life from the shadows. And this is very sacred work. And it's the true beginning of your return to wholeness. When you're ready, and only when you've made space for what's next, that's when we'll move into step three, which is embody the shift. But right now, you are exactly where you need to be.